one.
Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, back playing some Terra. This time it's version 0.6.4. It's the newest stable build. The save, of course, has been carried over since the last update. Just can't give this one up until I get my base finished. So what better way to start a video than with some good battling. And this guy's putting up a fair fight. No real shielding or regen. He's taking a whooping. So I got at his back, so he's done. Flipped him over like the turtle. Half turtle. He's only made it to his side. And that's about how long that guy's gonna last. Now just for some cleanup. Well, and on my way around back to my home base there, I found one of these rocks, and yeah, that still happens when you try to look through them. Like a strobe light. So this is what I got done on my base so far. And look at that, he's actually firing. He's attacking somebody. So, I'm liking that turret at least. He's working. It's nice to see them working like that at least, so, because then I feel better for actually building them, instead of like it might have been a waste of time. So yeah, I've done a little bit of work. I haven't really shown the build process because it does take quite a while. I figure for all this it's pretty basic. I'll show enough to hopefully give everyone an idea, and they'll pretty sure they'll figure out what I've done. Like I said, it's just mainly structure. It's nothing like too technical with the base or base blocks, conveyors and such. I haven't got that involved in that part of it yet. So yeah, this is what I've got so far. My side walls are pretty well defended. My front and back are defended by the turrets. There's still more to come for there though. A lot more. Got a lot of guns to use up. That's basically one of the main goals in this base. Make it cool, handle all the resources, hopefully have all the base functions, and use up a ton of my inventory blocks. So this thing might get real big. Yeah, these resources are thrown back around this thing. Seems to be the only one that's getting this problem. But he clears them out pretty fast too. And yeah, you can't go wrong. Like, I can still switch text very easy with this new system, so I'm still just loving that. I fought so long with lag and not switching text that this is like heaven now. So I got up to building the roof here, and I figure I'm just gonna do the outer edge on this side so far. Get it all lined up. And turns out I had a bit of room, so I'm gonna fill it up with batteries. Cause what better use of the space up here? I don't think it's gonna take too many shots. So yeah, as you see, I got a good little start on it. Just been plugging away. It's a little slow, like I can't block or block paint at like 90 miles an hour or nothing, but kind of expected that. Still working pretty nice though. I even have my guy driving around, and of course it's a little noticeable, but way better than it used to be. It's usually something like this with all the shields and everything like that. And it was something to contend with. The only thing that I'm wondering is if when I get more base blocks, the actual processing on how that'll go. So I'm going to try and keep the amount of loose resources down to a minimum, and wait until the end when it's all built. And I just got to hope for the best that everything works. But yeah, I find this is about the only way I really ever use these big blocks. So it gives me a chance to use up some of the ones I normally wouldn't even bother with. Kind of neat like that. That's part of the challenge that I kind of give myself anymore, I guess. Yeah. What I want to do with that. I don't really want to put anything in front of this side, just because I don't want to really do that. Doesn't give it much room. I'll try it. Screw it. We'll just have to be careful around there. We'll put some armor there or something. Oh, you know what might be nice? We'll figure something out. Yeah, see, this is another thing that I wanted to work on, was using the megatons, but making sure they can't actually fire into my base. So what I was thinking of doing, not exactly sure how I pull that off. I got this really high doorway here. I don't really need it that high. Yeah, I need it like a backsplash. I do not know. Put it over here just to make sure I'm in the right spot. What I probably need is something more like... Alright, I got me an idea now. Working with gas. Firing on all cylinders. Like that. Don't really know if this is going to be worth the trouble. Okay, downside to working on these things. So we'll do that. It's a little big, but it'll work. And then I need my gun. Where's my megaton? I got 40 of them. Put that there. Now, since that won't fire straight down, I do not believe. Maybe I'd use a combination of these. I think I'm gonna go with Venture. Yeah, I got a bunch of them. It takes a long time for this to show up. Jeez. Something like that. Looks defended. And maybe something like that. Aha. So that could be the face of... Ooh, let's not do that. Yeah, that shouldn't be too shabby. That'll protect my doorway, and it gives me pretty good room to get in there. And I don't even know if I'm going to leave it so you have to really drive in. This might be just meant for little guys. Parking spot for, like, I got my plane over here in the corner. And I might put a little scout over in there. This side's pretty much not very good. It's too shallow. Not enough for a parking spot. But over here is not too bad. I got one more room there. There, I can maybe get one somewhere else. Maybe my plane will come up top here. I'll make a little landing strip for them. I've been wanting to make one of those in game after making the one in the R&D. Okay, but I don't have enough of that armor. I kind of think that's going to be expensive. Yeah, I only got 8 of them. So I'm going to plug away at this and see how I can get, how much I can get done. Hopefully enough. Make it look good. Well, I got a little more work done on the front of this thing, around my doorway and that. I got it all defended now. I modified that original plan I had, and I put some mortars instead of 3-pound cannon. Figured I'll keep it all shooting out in the way, not too much range and on that. And as far as the conveyor, I put it up and behind. I don't know if I can get a good view. It's too easy, but you can see it runs up there behind all the shielding. Works pretty good. Shielded the ceiling a little bit, just to kind of use up AP attach points. Things go a little quicker the more of them you can use up. At least they used to. I don't know. I haven't really played and noticed too much of the bigger builds, and this is running pretty nice. So I got that all finished up, and I went around and I collected a few of the resources, refined a few, got some of them set out in my filters, so they're all, not all of them, but those ones are ready to go. Got a few more, but I'll get them eventually. They were just kind of close, the ones I did get. So I think soon I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start building up here on actual, or no, I should build my refining section first before I get too far ahead of myself. So I think that's next on the list. Well, I went out looking for some celestite and I found all these friendly little farts. And I'm gonna put a can of whoop on him. He's trying for the second time with this bird. Shielded cannon bays, Titan fighters. Titan fighters, come on dude, you're a little small to call yourself that. Titans are supposed to be massive. I build massive pets, now I can call them Titans. Yeah, I'm still kind of close to my face, so I have to little bit. There, a little bit. My gun can just turn around, target after target. He's hitting me, or am I hitting me? My FPU. Yeah, we'll just make sure it's not me hitting it. Where do you think you're going? Hold it as my drone. Seems to be taking a long time to get this guy. Am I shooting at something? Side him? Holy crap. He just friggin' vanished. All that was left of him was a cab. Now this guy over here, he hasn't moved an inch really. Starter moneymaker. Come fight me. Come on. Got quite the setup going on there. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Now how much am I moving to that one? If I back up, will you come forward? Move in for it, you know you'll want to. Look at the parts just falling off. I think a lot of them are getting blown up, but oh well. Oh, time cab. There it be. Even catching parts out of the air, it looks like. That's sweet. I like that. Well, now I gotta get back on my hunt for some celestite. I think it is one of the last resources I need for my base that I'm making to get all my filters set. So I just gotta go find that stuff now. Oh, would you look at this thing? Got another airplane in here. Actually moved. Well, it's moved. For a second. Right on. I'm not sure who made it. I didn't see the name. Nice looking plane though. That's a good sign though, if they're starting to get the planes in here. Maybe they've got the AI working to a point where they think they can pull that off. Well, that's sweet. Or they see that the potential is going in the right direction. Oh yeah, lots to clean up from that guy though. Gotta love it. A little 4-way venture battle. Oh, 3-way. Tail of the scorpion one looked like a quartet. Just off on its own. It's a little tiny guy. But unfortunately, they're outgunned and out-shielded. I don't even know there's gonna be any blocks left to pick up after this. Doesn't look like it's much. Oh, my own block. That's true. Digging into my SDU. Yeah, I get a few out of it, I guess. But there's what I've been after. Needed some of this. Get this stuff out of my way. Meshing up the works. What I want to do, just because this stuff is kind of hard to get, so I'm going to take a wee bit home with me. I don't know if I'll lose it off of there or not, but hope not. That sucks when you lose the resources. You just don't feel that resourceful. See if I can get a nice little haul to go home with. I think this I can move up there. There, that should give me some carrying capacity. Oh, missed two. I'll get the rest of this cleaned up a little bit better, and then I'll be on my way home clean. I just had to make sure I was seeing this right. Now I was setting these. I needed some of the crystals, so I refined them. I got this. It comes there, and then see that one? It just magically keeps going back around. So it's like the ultimate money loop with these things. Like, look at that. You get one of them every time? Can't go wrong with that, can you? Let's try something for a second. Will it feed to that? Aw, dirty. No, it won't feed to it. That sucks. Well, if I stand here manually, I guess, or I set up some conveyor system, I could go on forever, and I could fill that whole thing with them. Not gonna do that. This doesn't really seem. It doesn't seem like something I want to do right now. I want to get the main part of my base figured out first. But I just thought that was kind of neat. Keep that in mind though. Do a little exploit. So here's that exploit back at work, and all I had done is just put 2 of the raw ore or raw resources on at the start. Take one off. Keeps on making one. So yeah, kinda can't go too wrong with that, eh? Quick money. Well, I was gonna build my refinery part of this, but then I got thinking I'm gonna deal with the hydrocarbons first, the capsules. So I was gonna use the drop technique that's been revived. Well, Streak One, he revived the idea there not too long ago with his market. Well, it got me thinking, well, why not use it for the wood? Well, I tried with the wall, and it come right through the wall. So I found this way, it worked last time, and now it don't even work. So I'm not exactly sure what the heck can be done for that, because it doesn't seem like anything's 100% of the time. I can't even get that thing out of there now. I got it? No. Come on, get stuff. There, I got it that time. Alright, let's run her through there once more. And we'll see. The one thing I did change is I took some blocks. I was going to tear it apart, so that was working better. See, that time it worked. It fell down, but only like that. Other than that, it was passing through. So I'm not too sure. Let's see if I can try her once more, if I can get a hold of that again. They've been rolling out here pretty far. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to see it from there. Yeah, it gets there, and it's passing right through that. Oh, it's not going to pass through that time. So right on, maybe that fixes it. So yeah, as you can see, I thought of a ball pit at like Toys R Us kind of idea. So I'm going to make that. That's for my wood. So I can come and charge or fill up on wood supplies if I need to for all my minions that might be running around here at some point. Figure it'd be kind of cool. And then I'll have the other better fuel set aside in another spot for me that I can take. I think I got a decent setup in mind. I just got to get it done. Well, back to work. Well, I got the bottom pit kind of finished up, so I figured I should test her out. And it seems to be working fairly good, but as you can see up top, I have had issues previously. So there is still a chance for it to mess up. Without the proper dropper block, all this workaround stuff fails from time to time. As you can see, I got that one hanging out there like it's supposed to be there. It's not. It should have fell down a long time ago. So this is pretty much the pit that I've been working on. This is a little test run that I set up. And this is from my start to finish of my test, instead of just showing a little bit. So this is what's been going on. See, it's getting there. It looks like it's being held back and it's going to fall off. So it's looking promising so far. But I haven't really seen any fall yet. Build that out a bit, maybe. There we go. Now they're dropping. Look at them go. I like that. I want to fill that up just like a big ball pit kind of cage. You know what you'd see in Toys R Us? Big pillar of balls in the wire cages. That's the effect I'm going for, but with my hydrocarbon capsules. So yeah, like anything, there is some flaws. If you can see that little one jumbled around in there, it got stuck. I had them clipping right through the blocks before, and that's what happened with this one that's just hanging there. It passed right through the shielding, or the armor and the blocks I had to stop it. Got pulled right through by that holding beam. Pretty strong beam. So hopefully that ain't going to be an issue for long. Or maybe we'll just actually get a true to heart dropper block. That would fix my problem. Well, back again, testing her out for another round. Hopefully it'll work a little better. I pretty much filled in the whole top there. So it's got, what, 2 or 3 blocks it would have to pass through if it's going to clip right through them all. So we'll see what happens. So far they're dropping alright, except for making their way outside of my cage. So they're still clipping through. Oh, there goes one. They're getting jumbled around. They ain't finding the right way out. They're getting jammed in between the blocks. Like that when it's on the outside. But it's still falling in the pit though. So I'll be alright with that. Okay, just trying out my resource pit here. Seems like it's working kinda alright. They're falling down at the bottom there. Had some problems there earlier. They were clipping right through all the armor and all the other blocks I had there. I ended up having to fill the whole top just to get it to work this good. So that's kinda disappointing really. I was hoping that it would work a lot nicer. I did have it so it was working when I could just alternate the ways the conveyors were, like drastically, like a 180 flip from one conveyor to another. So this seems to be working pretty good. I got kind of a dispenser idea here, so if this can fill up, then hopefully it'll bung all that up and it'll fill up to the top. This thing will look kind of neat. I'm going to put some lights in the back of it though. I haven't got that far yet. But I got this far and just did my little test to make sure it was working, and I figured, hey, let's record that. That'd be a good idea to have that visible. But yeah, this one here, that's from a while ago. It got through all the mess. It actually clipped right through the armor and the blocks, and then it ended up just being there. So I detached the conveyor, and then that's where it's been since. About an hour now. But yeah, I'm liking that. Got it armored up mostly, working fairly decent. Now I just gotta go collect a bunch of trees. I gotta do my refinery bit. I got onto this instead. But anyway, now back focused on the refinery. Well, not just one refinery. There's gonna be a bunch of refineries. Well, I got my refining system set up a little bit here. I think it should work pretty good. We got quite a few refineries, a whole whack of receivers to empty out my techs that come in. I'm using this kind of like a garage, overall workshop kind of compound idea. So I used all the small receivers on the bottom, and I used all my large receivers on the top because they got a better range. I was going to use the geocore ones, but I don't really want this thing picking up blocks, but I didn't have enough and I didn't want to spend any more than I had to. But so far I've spent about 33,000 bucks extra on top of all the parts I had. Most of that's in conveyors too. Oh, that's not very good. But as you can see, I got quite a few filters going on. Back in this little section, I made sure I tied in top and bottom for my receiver lines into the refined resources line with filters to bring any already refined resources into that instead of it jamming up my other line there. And then I was showing in the last little chunk that I got my wood deposit all set up and ready to go. Wow, this guy's pretty nippy. So I got a little bit set up in there, already started to fill it up. I'm gonna have to really put a good show on, or good harvest on here just to see what it really will do. So far I'm pretty much, I think I just got the rubber to deal with, and I think that might be good for a test run, and I can finish my roof on this. And this bottom part will be mostly done, except unless I make this into like parking bays. I might change this a bit so this guy will fit right in. Probably not though, I might just put a little scout in here, more of a starter tech. And as you can tell, this thing has not been without power since it's been charged up. It's got more batteries. Well, it hasn't really been attacked either. I've only seen it get attacked once, and haven't seen it get attacked at all since I've been working on it. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So I'm not sure, but I think I just found a weakness. I was trying to use these bubbles like the force field. And while your force field ain't gonna work for the crap, you got a hole in it. I could just get this friggin' guy out of there. That's the next part of this, is I'm gonna put little things, build them down to the ground so you can't get underneath all that and get jammed up. I got a ton of armor I can use on it, so yeah, I gotta get something right in here. Put a turret in the middle or something. This is meant for the smaller techs about the size of this one that I got. Not any monsters. Maybe I'll have a monster tech drop off at the side or something. I'll redo this side maybe. So I just put that on there like that just so I knew I had something to defend. That out there I was going to do on both sides, but then I forgot to take into account the size, the build limit, and how big I was getting this. So far I got this, and this is the part I like. I can still switch my tech, and it's actually running fairly good. So I got my 4 turrets. These freaking resources keep growing right back around that guy. They won't stop. So I got, as you can see, here's another thing. I'm just going to restate this because I've said it about 40,000 times I think. But see all these little green words? I know they're informative, I know they're handy, I know they're important. But why can't it just be I hover over them and I can see them? Like we have the technology now. See up here? See? Hover, hover, hover. I'm liking it. You guys got her figured out? Can we please apply these to this? I'm talking to you guys at Payload. This just looks like, let me just be blunt, horse shit. Just because it looks like a horseshoe kinda. I can barely see my tech. There's too many filters, and the filters are super needed now, so please focus on getting rid of them, making them hover over, disappear kind of stuff. like this. Definitely important, because that's actually a big reason why I don't build a lot of bases, because they get pretty fugly really fast when you start using the filters, and the filters are a great block. It's just that's the only downside to them. So other than that, I think this base is coming along pretty good. I'm gonna have to go and fill this up though. I want to see what that looks like, all lit up and everything. Yeah, I gotta put lights in it. So there's a little bit of an update on how it's been going. As you can see, I got a little bit of a start on here. But I'm gonna fill this roof in soon and go from there. So I'm gonna get back to work and we'll see how I make out later. Well, I think what I'm gonna do here is I've put quite a bit of work into this little puppy for now. I think I'm gonna call this video about here, because I gotta get some more money soon. So if you liked what you saw, throw some likes around, head to my channel, subscribe, so you know the newest videos I have to offer, or jump down into the comments, even if you just want to say hello. Love to hear from all of you. So anyway, until next time everybody, have a good one. Bye.